feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride
And
no
Kendrick Lamar thing. So let me give you the brief and the short with it. So Kendrick Lamar drops a song, opening song on his album. It's called Whacked Out Murals. Okay? Essentially, he says, don't let no white comedian talk about black women. Okay? Actually, I'll read it verbatim. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. I know propaganda. I work for them. And fuck whoever that's close to them. The niggas that coon, the niggas that's being groomed, slide on both of them. Okay? Now, a lot of people thought he was speaking about Andrew Schultz. Why? Because there was a clip where Andrew Schultz went viral for making these British podcasters kind of seemingly feel uncomfortable when he was talking to them about their dating preferences, and he asked them if they dated black women. This was the clip here.
What is the black girlfriend effect? This is
You not know
You
about
just
this.
glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so,
Here, all right, let me make it bigger.
so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend. All of a sudden, he's got buzz cut, like
Yeah.
clean shape up.
Yeah.
Glows up, bro.
Yeah, I like that.
Glows
I
the
like
fuck
that.
up.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their
Nah,
hair.
bro. White guys with black girlfriends,
They grow a beard
They step their
because
dick
there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of. That's hilarious. I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective.
Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Yo, who gets
That is what.
Hey, let me get a translation.
Kendrick fan?
Okay. So when he said that, and I think the last thing you heard when he says Kendrick fans like get him type shit, a lot of people felt, these dudes later came out and they were like, yo, we felt like we apologize to anyone who felt offended. So they made a whole apology. Here's their apology.
So if you know, you know. If you don't, that's fine. But we just wanted to address something that's happening at the minute.
Yep.
This past weekend, there's been a couple of clips going around from when we did a session on the Flagrant podcast while we were on our US tour. Mm-hmm. And there were a few jokes made that were incredibly inappropriate. One specifically pertaining to black women.
Yep.
And in the clip, Andrew was making a joke. I'm not even going to get into specifics. Making a frankly racist joke.
Yeah.
And we were laughing at it. Mm-hmm. And to give there's first of all, before we get into like specifics or anything like that, obviously there's just literally no excuse. There is no excuse.
Agreed.
So these boys happen to have to do the walk of shame, basically saying, I'm sorry, black women. I'm sorry we sat by and let Andrew Schultz get off a joke that was kind of, you guys get the context of what he was saying. He was basically asking them if they like black women and kind of talking about maybe some stereotypes about black women, and he was trying to make it a joke. But these guys, they said they felt uncomfortable and that they regret even laughing along.
Move on.
Yeah. Bro, move on is the
wanna
fucking black homeboy in the face.
Yeah.
I would say this, I'll do that. But when you're in there, you're in shock.
You're in shock, and all you
So these guys sound like a bunch of victims. Yo, we're in shock. We didn't know.
want to do is move on.
Yeah,
Literally,
move on
all
is
you
the
wanna
fucking
do-
word, bro. All you want to do is fucking move on. Just move on to the next thing. Just
Yeah.
move on to the next thing.
There's
and
so
like we
many
had to say a
times.
few times, bro, just move on.
Just move
Just
on.
move
Literally,
on.
so many different topics. We were like, move on. And
Yeah.
it's not even like about pity laughs or anything, but we just wanted to
Get out of that situation.
literally get out of that situation, keep the ball rolling. And we thought it was going to be more of like a bros chat, but it ended up being something that's
ended
not
up
meant to
being
be.
something that's like really, really hurt people that
Yeah.
look to us for support and look to us to feel protected. And protected is the main thing
Yeah.
that I wanted to discuss, is that it is our duty to protect you guys.
Facts.
And
Okay, and obviously, to be fair to these guys too, I think they realized a lot of their audience is black women. So like they were like, "Yo, fuck, while that may have been just a podcast that's kind of just having fun, and I know our name is Shits and Giggles, but our audience, our core audience, which is a lot of black women, feel upset. So we got to just, fuck you, Andrew Schultz. Anyway, it appears that that's what Kendrick was referring to. And he says, don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. Okay? Now, Andrew Schultz finally responded. And Andrew Schultz responded on his very popular podcast called Flagrant 2. So he responded off the top of the podcast, and let's see if we could play it.
We got beef. Finally, we got a beef worth responding to.
Finally.
All these little peons on the internet talking shit. I don't give them no love, but this guy right here.
What happened?
What do you mean, what happened? Have you not, been listening to music lately?
I've heard some.
There's a pretty big thing going on.
Huh?
Yeah, between Kendrick Lamar.
Laws were written.
Laws were written.
Laws were written.
I don't like him pretending he doesn't know what the fuck's going on with his little milk mustache. It's just been pissing me off. Okay?
Was it on there?
Now listen, guys, we gotta take this serious.
Yeah.
Listen, rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women. So we gotta sit back and reflect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're the most pious group.
Listen, nobody has respected women more. Through art.
Yes.
Than rappers, okay?
Absolutely.
So I completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, yo, y'all need to switch that shit up.
Yeah.
How dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying? Be more like us and, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. I beat my bitch with a stick. What? You can lick on the nuts or suck the dick. I beat my bitch with a stick. What?
Did you just think of that?
That's a real lyric.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Yeah, that's a real lyric from music that protects women. And for decades protects women. And listen, right now the guy on top, Kung Fu Kenny.
He is the guy on top.
He is making sure that comedians, he put a law in.
Yeah.
He put a law in place. All right, let's see the exact line, okay? Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law.
Okay.
Now, technically speaking, if we're going off of grammatic English,
Okay.
he is saying, I can talk about black women, and that is law.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black
So
woman.
he's basically saying all white comedians
Are only allowed to
talk about black women.
exclusively.
That's what I'm talking about, Kendrick.
Not gonna lie, that is kind of factual in terms of if we're thinking about, my teacher always told me you can't do double negatives, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a law.
Finally, he understands
It's a law.
Now I understand why he's doing a comedy with the South Park creators.
That makes
Because
sense.
he appreciates.
Is Kendrick doing that? Kendrick Lamar, South Park. Oh, there's a July 2025 release date, and he's doing a comedy with them.
It's white comedians that make fun of black people.
There you go.
And they've done that brilliantly for decades.
Yeah, that's true.
And he
That's a clever flip.
would never want to, break one of his own laws.
No, that's true.
I mean, didn't they have a character called Token on the South Park show?
Yeah, they do.
Which I'm sure Kendrick is a big fan of.
Wait. South Park Token. There's a nigga named Token? Wait, really? I thought it was capping. South Park Token. Wait. I can't play too much of this. They're going to kick me right the fuck off of here.
If your family will come over for dinner, it would mean a lot.
Well, with our boys starting to become... I hope you didn't invite us here because we're black.
Okay.
That's true.
He must be a big fan if
true.
he's going to do a comedy with them. I mean, we can look that up. Apparently, he has a comedy coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fact.
But Al, you're getting groomed right now. We need to ungroom you.
Yeah, you are.
We need to ungroom you right now.
Let's see.
Okay? I mean that, listen, because he sent people, he says, slide on. What he said, slide on. Where's the line? He goes, let me get it.
He said, the niggas that coon, the niggas that being groomed, slide on them niggas. Okay.
I'm so old I had to squint my eyes. And that was not a racist joke. Okay. The N-words that coon, the N-words that being groomed, slide on both of them. Whoa. That seems like a call to violence.
It does.
Why would he call to, if he's about protecting black people, why would the call to violence be towards the black dudes, not the white guy making the joke?
Well, you gotta understand. Well, no. You gotta understand. 'Cause I snitch. I cooperate. I tell.
Yeah, litigation. Okay? You gonna squabble up in a jail cell.
By the way, I don't know if this is just all impromptu, but masterful by Schultz. And you know, whether you're like very heavy Kendrick or whether you just hate Kendrick, one thing a comedian is gonna do better than anybody else is to highlight your hypocrisy with the most jarring like analogies and make it in a way where it's funny that it looks crazy, right? And you kind of see what he's doing here in terms of the whole Kendrick thing. He's basically saying, yo, okay, Kendrick is the pro-black guy, right? Who's now making a law saying white comedians can't talk about black women. But what is his remedy for it? He says, let's go slide on the black people that allow him. So he's kind of almost like, you know, and that's one of the things that people kind of get at Kendrick about. It's like, hey, listen, if you're all this pro-black and everything, when you finally gonna say fuck these white people, right? And we've heard you say, and yes, Drake is black. Oakland gonna be your last show. You're saying slide on the niggas who allowed them, the niggas who's cooning, slide on them. When you gonna say let's slide on all of the white people that we don't like? And maybe he said that. Has he said that? I just don't remember any of his lyrics kind of being like that. And also, we've consistently pointed out that when it comes to award shows or anything within music that is white establishment run, he's yes massa all the way. That super pro-black shit goes out the window.
Here's what you gotta understand about Kendrick. It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser confirmed. He's never done a song with anybody that's suspected of abuse. He's never threatened to remove his music from Spotify because they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure fucked and held captive underage black women. Hold on. This is all very important to Kendrick.
Wait, just let me understand what's going on here, because I think that you're using sarcasm as a comedic device.
It is a comedic device.
Now, what he's pointing out, and like he's doing it in a way which is he's using sarcasm, right? Again, this is why being a comedian is so great. But a lot of people have said that, like, wait, hold on, Kendrick, because let's be fair here, right, chat? It does appear that Kendrick has almost taken this moral high ground, like, yo, hey, we're not rocking with these people or these type of behavior. We're gonna watch the party die with the culture vultures, the people who are pushing propaganda or whatever the case is. He's almost operating as like a guy that's taking like the high road. He's going to change the culture. Now, I've told y'all, I don't think he's going to change shit. I think this is a way to mislead the people, because the quickest way to get to the top is to act like you're going to stand for something, but then in reality don't deliver on anything, right? And I guess people are saying, well, is he really true to these ideals he's saying, considering the people he's worked with or the people he's stood beside? Okay, it's cool. All right, we get it. Baca has a weird case. Why is he around? But the person who introduced Not Like Us is Dr. Dre, someone with a very storied history about him and his mistreatment of women. So it's like, you know, I've always thought this is a slippery slope when it comes to hip hop, because perfection doesn't sell, and it also isn't real. And anybody who acts like they're better than the other person in hip hop usually gets exposed. And it's interesting because most fans, they actually feel like he does that, but at times he also is showing that he's imperfect as well, right? Like people are like, yo, well, he admitted he cheated on his wife with a white girl. That's him admitting that he's imperfect. But he also does judge people a lot, right?
So fucking smart right now that I don't know if you're serious or making jokes. Are you saying that Kendrick Lamar put it on wax that he is protecting black women from white comedians' jokes, but not the kidnapping, molestation, and rape
Oh, yeah.
Of R. Kelly. And actually, in reality, he would take his own music off Spotify to protect R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Someone who's kidnapped,
a sexual
molested,
predator. Yeah.
And black women.
Oof, children.
Are you saying that he's done songs with other men who have potentially put hands on black women?
Not potentially, confirmed.
Wait a minute, convicted?
Yeah, I don't know what you call Chris Brown, but yeah, whatever that is.
Not breezy. Not breezy. I took a picture.
And that's what I don't like about when artists start this whole thing, right? Like, and by the way, I'm including Drake in this too, right? When you're like, you beat your wife. Well, but you don't do no music with people who has been accused of beating women? So I'm being fair here. I'm not just pointing only at Kendrick. Like, that whole part of the entire battle is kind of whack for both of them. I think a little bit more for Kendrick because he's been standing on this really moral high ground. Like he's been standing against, fuck all them culture vultures. Fuck this, fuck that. This should die, blah, 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 blah. Well, the person who's speaking like that should have a very clean slate and also should be kind of, bro, are you keeping it all the way congruent with your lifestyle and also the people around you?
Picture with Chris Brown.
By the way, no breezy slander should be tolerated. This is why I'm calling both of them out, and I'm saying it's stupid because at the end of the day, I'm sorry to say, and feminists, if y'all in here, with all due respect, hip-hop is, that's what I said, hip-hop is never giving a fuck about certain shit, bro. Okay? Hip-hop is just not the place that we've seen rappers like champion, like, stop cheating on your wife. Like, it's all about fucking bitches. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like when somebody comes along and tries to shame other people for you, like, whoa, what are you doing? Right? And it goes across the board if you ask me.
Hey, bro, I'll take a picture with him immediately.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
We ain't protecting nobody. Y'all can protect your fucking selves.
Everybody gets these jokes over here.
Yo, this guy been telling me for a year straight Indians fuck mud. What you gonna do?
Listen, they going down on it too. I've seen a lot of videos of them eating mud pussy, bro. They literally put their head in the mud straight, reverse,
bro.
Back handspring.
At least we're going down on something.
Kama Sutra.
Okay.
Every black person that texts me, like, but I listen. I shut off my phone for the week. Like the week before, Kendrick dropped his album, right?
Yeah.
Every black person that texts or calls me is like, yo, Kendrick just took a shot at you on the album. Every white person or Asian person or Latino person that calls me is like, yo, good luck on your special. Okay?
Yeah.
So clearly there was a separation in who was, indulging in his content. Okay? So I've been a little out of it. But I come out of the special and it looks like.
Now, you know what's funny too? Yo, sometimes us people as black people, we're very sensitive, right? Like what he just said there, yes, he's using race as a thing. He said every white person or Asian or Indian who texted him said, hey, good looks on your special. Every black person said, yo, Kendrick just dissed you. And he then makes the reference. He says, yo, we could tell who's listened to his content. Now, I mean, that makes sense. Like Kendrick's making music, you would imagine, for African Americans or black people, right? So that's not I don't think that's racist at all. But you're gonna start see people try to drive a narrative to say Andrew Schultz is racist with him even saying that. Sometimes us black people become like when we're dying to call somebody racist, if they ever point out race, they become racist. Rather than us wait for that person to show that they have a clear disdain or dislike for a particular race, then you could call them racist, right?
There's so many articles about this album that are about, I don't want to,
No, it was about you. You were trending on my Twitter.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you because you had things to focus on.
What a time to be alive where...
I was not one of the Asians who said, good luck on your special.
I'm just saying, what a time to be alive where rappers got to talk about comedians for clout.
God bless.
Now, that's obviously not true. Like, Kendrick didn't have to... Actually, I thought that was a weird line. I think Kendrick... I don't think he's talking about him for clout. I think Kendrick needs to... I keep saying this. He needs to tap into... What's a Kendrick album that doesn't use the plight of black people as the crutch and him as some type of savior or spokesperson? Like, that's his whole shtick, right? And if there isn't social political unrest happening where, we just had an election going on. He's not speaking on that, right? We could have had the first black president, right? Female black president. He didn't speak on that. But as long as we're not like having police brutality issues where we see like a overwhelming amount of sometimes cases where police are victimizing black people, or we're not seeing black people feeling like they're revolting against something, you get to realize that Kendrick, at least for me, felt like he was searching for something to rally black people behind. And when I heard him say this line, I said, oh, damn, he kind of needs this. Like, again, it's not for clout, but he needs, because Kendrick has all the clout right now, but he needs to create a single enemy that he could, that's one of the best ways to unite people. You create a single enemy and you become their leader and you lead them against the enemy. A lot of times when that happens, they look past your faults because everyone's so concerned with the person they don't like. I do think that's one of Kendrick's strategies, honestly. So that's why. So I think he reached for this, and but I disagree that it's for clout.
Yes, dude.
Like, we are up right now.
God bless.
The biggest story about the album, outside of the album and people enjoying it, was a sub at a comedian. Yeah. And you don't even got to say my name, and it still makes headlines.
It's crazy.
You're welcome. You are. How many views did I give him? You think?
A good chunk.
A little chunk.
Yeah.
They stole our mustard.
Couple million bucks.
They stole our mustard.
Take the honey off.
We've been doing honey mustard for fucking years. Okay, they hop on that dick riding.
He be listening.
Yeah.
He be listening.
Of course he listens, because he specifically, I think, was reacting to, in that Shits and Gigs podcast, which I think they're reacting to, I said something. I asked them if they dated black women. They were like, "Oh, we date all women," or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then I go, "Kendrick fans, get them."
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's all it took.
Yeah.
That's all it took. And now Kendrick want to talk some shit.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you guys think of the album, though?
Okay.
I mean, I like it. Here's what I'll say about Kendrick. Everybody knows I'm a fan, but
He got some slappers on there.
It's absolutely some slappers.
Album's good.
I went there trying to hate,
Album's good.
and then I listened to it again this morning, and there was a...
Here we go. Now, so that's his reaction, but then there was another part of his reaction that got a lot more, headlines, and people are talking about this today. Okay, here we go.
Throwing it away.
Yeah, just say you weren't talking about me. That's the best thing you could do, Kendrick. Yo, I don't know.
Here we go.
Good ass point. Anyway,
She locked up too many of his dudes,
masquerade as an altruist, someone who protects the community, but you only do it when it benefits you, when you put out an album. Like, where's all this love for black women when Kamala was running for president?
Okay. He cooking.
That's the problem. Is like when you're on your way up, nobody looks at your hypocrisy.
Okay. I let the whole segment cook. Hold on.
Whap. Let me suck it up.
This is Emma.
Wait. Hold on.
I could put him on my lap.
Oh, no. This is the part.
Who's a position, and we done tattooing each other, whatever you're doing.
I should let the whole thing play.
Trump on January 6th.
Yo. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to get people to storm the Capitol a little bit. He's trying to get people to go to Al. Get people to go to Charlotte. That's dangerous rhetoric out there. It
really is,
woke Kendrick, you know?
Stand back, stand by.
Stand back and stand by. He's not even saying that. He's saying, get up in that ass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. But I need Kendrick. I need you to do it, Kendrick.
You want to squabble up with Kenny?
No. I mean, here's the thing. This is the thing that is kind of funny about it. Is like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street. They'll fucking cut me up. They'll shoot me. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all would do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him, and there's nothing he could do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him, and the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the oning thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. But if we're in a cell, there's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well fuck you. What the fuck? There's nothing he could physically do to stop that besides put his legs in the air and choose a position. Maybe Mark, I let him choose a position.
Why are you pulling this picture up, Mark? Why are you doing this?
Look at, put up that picture of him and Travis Kelce's girl. Look at that shit.
Oh my God, dude, that's unbelievable.
Yo, I'll be honest. I would go so far as to say I don't think he could stop most people on the planet from having sex with him. Like, the only reason he got security is to stop people from having sex with him whenever he wants. Now, don't get me wrong, there's people who could fuck me against my will. I was in an elevator once with this drag queen, and this motherfucker was like 6'5".
Oh, yeah.
And we're in the elevator, and we're going down. I'm like, yo, if he wanted to take it, I gotta cause a ruckus or something like that. Like, I gotta shit my pants. I gotta do something.
I gotta shit my pants.
I gotta do something to stop. He might enjoy it. I have no clue what they're into, but I know with Kendrick that he's talking a lot of shit, but if it came down to it, I could put him on my lap. I could feed him a bottle. I could put him on my lap. I could feed him a bottle and make love to him if I wanted to, and there's nothing he could do about it. I might not be hard. Dick might just slap soft against his butt.
But you could just beat him up. You don't have to fuck him, right?
No. We're not doing acts of physical violence over here, bro.
Okay. So he's clearly making a joke that he's saying Kendrick is he's a fragile op, right? Like he's a tenderoni. You know what I mean? Like he's one of them petite fellas. And he's saying that all that tough talk about Kendrick without the security or whatever, he says, he could have Kendrick bouncing on his cock. Like, really. You know what I mean? If he wanted to. Now, y'all all know I'm not the biggest fan of talking about fucking other men, right? However, I do like, and I'm only here to call out hypocrisy, okay? Y'all all remember when Saucy Santana made the reference saying that he wanted to squabble with me, and after he called himself knocking me out, he said he would, damn, it sounded even bad saying that. The entire culture laughed. Everybody fucking laughed. Oh my God, I can't imagine Akademiks' body laughed. I remember looking up. Not one person said, that's wrong. Threatening R-word isn't cool. Remember, but I did tell you, it's better to be liked than to be right. Didn't I tell y'all that? Saucy Santana threatens to take it without my permission. It's hilarious. Saucy, go ahead and take it from that nigga, man. I can't. Everybody's saying that. Let's see what they say when it's hip-hop savior. TDE Punch jumps in the mix. He says, wait. I know as a black man who's involved in hip-hop music that we're a bit slow and don't really understand sarcasm and humor, but did my guy say he want to sleep with Dot? Yes, he said that. He says he wants Kendrick Lamar to bounce upon his white penis. Okay? Keep in mind, all that pro-black shit that Kendrick been saying, the white man is saying he want Kendrick to ride his cock. We need Kendrick to issue a response to that, okay? Now, we even see Meek Mill jump into it. Meek Mill? Meek Mill just said, white man saying they'll R-word black men openly is extreme. Wait. Is he looking at this as just a white man and a black man? Yo, Meek is just so like, yo, he's so stupid. It's like he's basically saying, well, if it was two black men, it's kind of cool. No wonder niggas think whatever happened with him and Diddy. Bro, don't make it about race. Just say a man threatening to R-word another man is extreme. That's all you need to say. Him saying a white man saying it to a black man is extreme. That's why niggas think that Diddy did whatever he did to you. Which, I don't think he did nothing. But this is why all these things start. He said, and then say it's just a joke. Black manhood. Not a joke. I seen the same guys saying I was gay on a stand-up. My white friends, like it's a joke. We don't joke like that in the black community at all. Oh, man. I don't know why Meek Mill is so... Meek Mill just exists for moments like this. Andrew Schultz even starts trending. Let's see what the conversation is. Oh, he's not trending no more. He was trending before. Okay. Let me just search his name. Hopefully no porn pops up. Okay. Andrew Schultz joking about raping Kendrick Lamar was a white man's way of putting a black man in his place for defending another black woman. It was sadistics and remnant of slavery. Evil sack of shit. This is why I told you I don't fuck with none of these people. When Saucy said he want to go R-word me, it's funny. It's hilarious. And actually, at least with this, Andrew Schultz is saying Kendrick is going to be awake and conscious. Saucy said he was going to sock me out, that I was going to be unconscious when he R-worded me. Everybody laughed. Ain't that fucking funny? Somebody says Saucy's gay, though. Andrew's not. What the fuck does that matter? The point is this. If you didn't give a fuck about black masculinity or men being R-worded when that gay-ass nigga said it to me, why the fuck do y'all care when Andrew Schultz, who is a known comedian, says something of the sort to Kendrick? Look, they're having think pieces about this bitch. I don't know how anyone can support Andrew Schultz. These aren't just jokes. Some shit just ain't funny. Look. Allegations of abuse have emerged from Andrew Schultz's ex-girlfriends, but what? They're acting like it's the craziest thing ever. Andrew Schultz is 45 years old, fantasizing about R-wording Kendrick Lamar because he says white comedians can't make fun of black women. Am I the only person that thinks that's insane? Saucy Santana fantasized about R-wording me because I said Young Miami's music was whack. It's not the same thing? Cancel culture fell off. Y'all letting Andrew Schultz walk around like he's Pac, shaking my head. This is why I hate Twitter. Anybody who tweets something like this is a fucking moron. All of y'all who say this don't support shit. Y'all are professional haters. Oh, how can't y'all cancel him? Or who let him get a platform? It's not you, dumbass. The people who complain about why someone has a platform or why they didn't get canceled never supported shit. All they do is hate. They've never built. They only sought to destroy. You can't destroy something that you didn't build. That's why I do like the new wave of independent creators or creators that, have built their audience, that their audience, again, you might not get that, but if you watch Flagrant, which I watch Flagrant a lot, they have had, this is tame on the edginess joke factor. Yeah, they're going to be some shea butter, organic deodorant, bare feet wearing ass niggas who are going to make a lot of noise like, oh my God, how could he say this about Kendrick? The Flagrant 2 audience don't give a fuck. Okay? Now they're trying to bring up Andrew Schultz abuse. What? Andrew Schultz then tweeted this. He says, well, he doesn't say anything, but he's basically saying, this is like Kendrick, and this is him. I guess he's showing what he would do to Kendrick. And again, I want to be consistent. I don't like no joke or not. I don't do jokes about men having sex with men. I don't think that's funny. Period. Whether it's Saucy saying it to me, whether it's Schultz saying to Kendrick, it's not my thing. But I'm consistent. I understand Schultz is a comedian. That's my guy. But that's not my type of comedy. That's not my type of jokes. I think he did cook Kendrick in overall, but when it got to, I'm going to take your butt, I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. I'm consistent, though. You see, these are the people, they ain't consistent. And for the Kendrick fans who keep tweeting, yo, look at his abuse history. Could y'all go pull up Dr. Dre abuse history? Could y'all go, we could name 5 niggas who Kung Fu Kenny's cool with that got abuse history. Just stop it, okay? Stop it. So everybody's now acting fake mad at Kendrick. Not Kendrick, I mean Andrew Schultz. Which, remember when he told the joke about Meek, right? Meek first responded at that time, laughing my ass off. Well, he's laughing. He said, the first time I laughed at being gay, but don't with me in real life. I may swing. This was a joke. So this is why he been really mad that Andrew Schultz made this joke way back.
I was gay happy. I was like, Meek Mill. Guys, it was... I'll be honest with you, I don't think Meek is gay. I do not think Meek is gay. But he is incredibly mad at proving he's straight. He is maybe the worst in history at doing that. When someone accuses you of being gay, you don't get on Twitter and go, I love pussy so much, it's so juicy and wet, it's my favorite thing to put my dick in. I just put my dick in and it squeezes my dick and it's so juicy and it's so wet. He was like, I even had sex with a girl on her period. That's how you know I love women. He tweeted that and I was like, oh, he thinks that's disgusting. And you know who else thinks that's disgusting? The gays. No, but shout out Meek, bro. Shout out Meek, man. He's done a lot of amazing things with prison reform, right? Getting all them gay dudes out so he can suck their dicks privately. A bunch of fine-ass motherfuckers in jail. We need them on the street so I can bust them cheeks. Hop on the back of this dirt bike or the front, whatever, you know.
Oh, man. Okay. Then now people like the nigga on the couch, a bigger bitch than Andrew Schultz for sitting there quiet. Somebody said, I want Charlamagne to take a break for discussing everyone else and tell us how it personally feels to be pro-black and maintain a podcast with Andrew Schultz. Look, comedian Andrew Schultz found dead. Yo, the people who get offended by shit like this are so quick to wish death on you. Comedian Andrew Schultz found dead in his New York apartment. Wow. Peter Rosenberg jumped in because, you know, he's a historic, like, this is one of the white boys who wish they were black. You get what I'm saying? Look at this guy.
I don't know Andrew Schultz. All right. I've never understood it. I don't get it. Never understood how he got a voice on hip hop. He's not a DJ, not an expert on the culture, not anyone who's ever put anyone on, played music, supported artists. He just sat next to Charlamagne and all of a sudden got a pass to start talking about a music and culture he knows nothing about and doesn't understand fundamentally. Kendrick takes a shot on him on the album by pointing out that people shouldn't let a white comedian talk about black women, whatever. His response is to threaten to sexually assault Kendrick in a weird joking way. Okay. Flat, weird joke, but I get it. I get the job you're trying to do. And then also responds by pulling this, oh, since when has hip hop been so pro women? Oh, because hip hop's so pro women. Why are you talking about hip hop? We're talking about Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick is the representative for all rap. Do you even like rap? Do you even like hip hop? Like, I know you don't care about black culture at all. Like, you're one of those people who talks about the music because it's hot and trendy. You don't know it. You don't get it. You don't love it. Deep down, it's just a means to an end for you. I get that. But you went straight Bill O'Reilly And when a rap artist says something, you come at all rap as if Kendrick Lamar is 2 Live Crew. The man's been uplifting women.
Shut up. Yo, I hate that y'all got these weird ass rules for everybody else but Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar could have minded his fucking business, stick to constantly talking about Drake. Instead, he drops an album and mentions a random situation that got nothing to do with him, that seemingly is attacking Andrew Schultz, a comedian. The same thing that this Paul Rosen, whatever his name is, Rosenberg, is saying about Andrew Schultz and hip hop could be said about Kendrick and comedy. What the fuck does Kendrick know about comedy? Who gave Kendrick like the almighty pass to tell us what's a joke or what's allowed as a joke or what you can't joke on as a comedian? So he then takes a unsolicited shot at a comedian, and now we're getting mad at the comedian for then responding in another comedic way and then utilizing his comedic take on rap. Nobody said. I don't think Andrew Schultz know too much about hip hop anyway. I don't give. That's not a thing. Who cares? That's not the point of discussion. The point of discussion is he's a comedian, and part of being a great comedian, which he is that he knows enough about the landscape of pretty much every section of pop culture, whether it's rap, a little bit of art, whether it's a little bit of sports, that he could make a joke or an analogy to make his joke go, right? And that's exactly what he did. Why are we just all of a sudden changing the rules? He can't now talk about Kendrick? That's what I keep telling y'all. Kendrick is the most protective person I've ever seen. Kendrick went out of his way to diss this guy. The guy was filming a special. Now the guy can't make a joke about him? Oh, Kendrick's too special. Now, I'll address this part, and this will actually get this bum-ass nigga Rosenberg out of here. Okay. Do we think that, because there's some people who are going to say a joke about a white man, like I seen Tariq Nasheed say a white man joking about R-word and a black man is going to bring up some racial history that is, I think he says he calls it, this is buck breaking, right? And he says, he basically says Kendrick Lamar is rapping about buck breaking. Let me see if I can find like an audio of him saying it. And that's like a term of supposedly that was a way to get the way that old slave masters would use to try to get slaves to confirm if they were too masculine or too defiant to the regime and the order of being a slave, right? Tariq Nasheed, and there, I'm a reasonable guy. I'm a very reasonable guy, I think. Okay, I hear that. I hear that, and again, I'm telling y'all, I don't like jokes about, like, bro. Okay, that's just the reality of it. So, like, I don't think it's hilarious when, even if it's a joke about anybody. Oh, I'm gonna get him to fuck you. Oh, I'm gonna get my booty goons to go. That's not funny to me. None of that shit's funny to me. I don't care who tell it. Could be Dave Chappelle's goddamn self. Chris Rock. It ain't funny to me. That's just to me. Okay, straight up, right? Now. Me particularly, that's not my cup of tea in terms of the joke, right? However, we comedians have a wide range of leverage in how and what topics and what angles they use for a joke. It might not be funny to me, it might be funny to someone else, right? And again, not because I don't like it being a joke, don't mean that somebody else might not, and it don't mean that I get to cap whatever they could joke on. I don't like every fat joke. But can I tell a comedian not to do it? No, it's shit. People love fat jokes. What the fuck are you talking about? Get out of here, nigga. Get your sensitive ass on out of here. So, and I do think that matters a lot. Now, if Tariq is kind of saying, Tariq Nasheed, Andrew. If Tariq Nasheed is kind of hinting that this is this was a overt attempt at racism, even though I disagree, I could see that point. I could see that point because for some people who are looking very deep into it, they might be like, oh, that's what that is. I might disagree, but I could see the point, right? Still doesn't defeat the purpose of it was an attempt at a joke. Apparently, they used to get into it back in the day. There was a really explosive episode of Brilliant Idiots. Why is my mic always so fucking low these days? Shit. Okay. There's a very sorry if my mic is low. There's a episode of Brilliant Idiots where essentially these two go at it the whole time, and that's also like really funny. Let me see if did they talk about anything? Yeah, okay. So it looks like Tariq Nasheed hasn't like spoke about it, but he tweeted about it. And okay, listen to Hot 97 people now, all chiming in.
The message is to black people allowing white people to do that to black women.
Well, I think that's Rosenberg's point. That's Andrew Schultz's whole MO. So he can make these jokes. He has black people or people of color sitting there so he can make these jokes.
Right.
Which is why Kendrick Lamar got
on them.
And by the way, it's not just Kendrick Lamar. Like, Kendrick is the one who said that line, but the truth is, bubbling under the surface, there have been people for a long time being like, why is everyone okay with this dude and people of his ilk saying the things that he says? And then his response to it.
But they say the same thing about me, about you.
Nah, they don't. They just don't. That's not true.
No,
they don't.
People say it.
They do. Yeah. So to get into that conversation, anytime there's a white person who speaks on black culture, they always say, who allows this guy to speak on black culture? They've been saying it early on when Andrew Schultz was most known for Brilliant Idiots to the majority of people within hip-hop. But these days, he's one of the most successful comedians, Netflix specials, sold out tours. He's done stuff, and he has another podcast called Flagrant 2. It's just wildly popular. That's not a hip-hop podcast at all. It's a comedy podcast. And yeah, they usually say that because they feel like it's a black guy that's validating the white dude. I don't know if that still applies to Andrew Schultz because he didn't say this on the podcast with Charlamagne. He said this on his own platform. He said this on his own successful comedy podcast that, you know, wasn't built off the back of a black person and respect. I think there was an original version of Flagrant that had Kaz on it, I believe, which is a black dude, but with all due respect, Andrew Schultz is a fucking star, right? Anyway, let's keep hearing this conversation.
To me, on social media, they're like, why are you covering for Rosenberg? Why does Rosenberg get to say X, Y, and Z? And it goes back to the fact that just because you're white with an opinion, you're not making jokes, though.
I was about to say, that's another part I wanted to throw out there. Yo, guy, I need people out there to listen close, guys. It's 2024, man. Allyship is important. Good people come together at this point, right? It's not about racial lines, about good people coming together. Please stop throwing all white guys into the same category. Not like, I know Andrew Schultz talks into a microphone and he's white, and I know I do, and I'm white. This man has never cared for, crafted for, done anything for the culture. This is.
Yo, let me also jump into it. Hey, yo, like. This is some real talk right here. And this goes to Static Selector, Ruri, and Rosenberg. I don't give a fuck how much y'all are on black dick. And it don't matter if I vote for Trump. I'm black, y'all ain't black. I just want to let y'all know that. I don't give a fuck. There's a group of white people that they like to almost like feel like they have an extra card because all they do is they be extra pro-black. They're more pro-black than black people, right? They're always pro-black. We don't give a fuck what y'all niggas. Listen, you're white. Andrew Schultz is white. Y'all both the same. Don't act like there's no difference. Y'all both white, okay? We don't give a fuck, okay? We don't give a fuck if, oh no, well, I understand and I empathize. We don't care. You know what I mean? Like, same with Max Kellerman. We don't care, nigga. You're white. Stephen A. Smith is black. I don't give a fuck. There's always like this white guy who's almost acting like he's extra black and feels like, oh, yeah, you can't lump me with the other whites because I kind of co-sign everything black. Like, shut up, nigga. Go die and get born again in black skin if that's what you want to do. Okay? All y'all white people, we glad. And by the way, you know, he mentioned allyship. We love the fact, you know, if you're a connoisseur of the hip hop culture, or not connoisseur, you are a supporter, and whatever else that black people got going on. Okay, but unless you wake up and you got melanin in your pigment, and you could possibly get pulled over by the police and shot, or you go through the experiences, I don't care, even if you think they're tap dancing, cooning, whatever. Unless you actually are black, we're just going to call you what you are, brother. You're a white man, and you and Andrew Schultz are just the same. Okay? Now, your opinions might be more in favor of the black community, right? And the black community might prefer your way of thinking, but you're white. Like, let's not try to remix it like, oh, no, I'm not like him. No, you're white. You're a Caucasian, okay? And sometimes, like, you ever listen to niggas like Ruri? They're, like, extra black. Like, I be listening to Ruri sometimes, and, like, this is what I don't like about the white dudes who it's like they're dying to, like, get black approval. If you ever ask these motherfuckers, like, if what music they listen to, all right, play this. If me and this bum-ass nigga was having a conversation, you say, yo, Ak, what? You know what he would probably say? Well, Ak doesn't know more about hip-hop than me because all I listen to is the backpack dudes. Like, they want to be like some super purist shit. You ask him his favorite rapper, it's going to be a bunch of broke niggas who just rhyme words and words and words. You know what I'm going to tell you? Future, Youngboy, Keith, Dirk, like, you know what I mean? For these people, they always on some, like, extra, like, I can't stand these type of niggas. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, bruv, the white dudes that's always trying to, like, technical this, get the fuck out of here, nigga. I can't stand them niggas, bro. He's one of them. Ruri's one of them. There's a bunch of white dudes up in this shit, bro. It's cool to be white, but stop acting like you gotta, like, compensate with your opinion being extra out. Being pro-black. Oh no, I love black women. I love them. Shut up, nigga.
This is a guy who just makes jokes and makes money.
Look,
right? It's not about racial lines, about good people coming together. Please stop throwing all white guys into the same category.
We're throwing y'all all in the same category, nigga. Shut up.
Like, I know Andrew Schultz talks into a microphone and he's white.
And you do too.
And I know I do, and I'm white.
Yes, that's where we stop.
This man has never cared for, crafted for, done anything for the culture. This is a guy who just makes jokes and makes money and was given a pass by Charlemagne. They used each other and sat next to each other, and now he says loose things, talking about things.
About you.
Oh, that's their problem. Charlemagne, yo, let me tell you this, man. Yo, Peter Rosenberg and Ebro, they're some salty losers, man. Charlemagne gave them boys a Hot 97 belt to ass for 10 years. 10 years. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. A nigga give me BTA, that's belt to ass, people, for 10 years, every fucking year. Belt. Before Charlemagne came on the scene, Hot 97 was the biggest thing possible. Charlemagne beat they ass for 10 fucking years. Yo, it beat their ass so much, they dismantled the radio show. They sent this goof right here to go do, this goof started doing wrestling. This goof had to go cover wrestling. You get what I'm saying? And Ebro had to run to Apple. Yo, I see why they hate anything that Charlemagne has been associated with. So Charlemagne started a pod back way back when, and he was fucking with Andrew Schultz. That's when Charlemagne, this is before Charlemagne got too woke. You know what I mean? Charlemagne started doing all this, you know, mental health, anxiety, fuck that shit. When Charlemagne was giving it up, roasting niggas, sniffing seats, we talking about, like, we all know the GOAT era of Charlemagne. Charlemagne my guy, by the way. But we all know Patchy Face Leonard is the GOAT. He's the GOAT, okay? Let's be honest, okay? Charlemagne, I'm not this, you know, but we know that's the GOAT era. Yo, even tone skin Charlemagne, he's definitely getting the bag, but he's too polished, man. He too polished, man. We see him on CNN and all that. But we all know when Charlamagne looked like a raccoon, niggas was getting the beats. Yo, he had Hot 97 in shambles. That's a fact. I'm only speaking facts. So these niggas, they got belt 10 years in a row. Yo, this nigga, you know why he mad at Charlamagne too? Yo, he had one of the first hip-hop podcasts. It was, well, it's still around. It's called Juan Epstein. Him, Combat Jack Show, one of the first hip-hop podcasts. Charlamagne gave this nigga belt so much that niggas would rather go listen to Charlamagne on Brilliant Idiots talk to a white comedian talk about hip-hop than go listen to his hip-hop backpacking nerdy ass. Real talk, that's facts. Belt. Charlamagne was like Stone Cold Steve Austin running into this fucking ring, grabbing this fucking belt and giving this nigga belt ass. Anyway, so that's why he hates anything that Charlamagne is connected to, which is Schultz.
Microphone, and he's white, and I know I do, and I'm white. This man has never cared for, crafted for, done anything for the culture. This is a guy who just makes jokes and makes money, and was given a pass by Charlamagne.
Yo, this nigga is he's such a sore loser. I'll tell y'all when this loser came in my DM, and he was just like, yo, Akademiks, I'm not jealous of you. I'm not jealous of you being so fucking rich and so fucking successful, and I'm still at this fucking radio station. Yo, the nigga was saying all type of shit. The nigga wrote me a paragraph. Nigga, I left the nigga on red. I'm like, this is a fucking loser. It's like, I'm not jealous how successful you became. I'm just not. And I was like, yo, you got it, boy. You got it.
They used each other and sat next to each other, and now he says loose things, talking about things like sodomizing Kendrick Lamar. That was what your reply was in the moment to the most popular, in this moment, the most popular black artist in the world, in this moment, was talking about.
Hey, I'm going to keep saying it. I'm black. I'm Jamaican. I'm gonna deal with Batiman activities. So that's not no funny joke to a nigga like me. I don't care who's saying it to who. Threatening to or like joking about R-wording a dude as another, that's not funny to me, right? However, let's not act like that's not white boy humor. That's white boy humor. It's white boy humor. Yo, white boys love joking about gay shit. That's their bag. Like, shout out to my white listeners, but I know, like, that's one of the first, black dudes learn a yo mama joke to go to school and cut up with. White dudes learn a gay joke. That's a fact. That's a fact. Everybody know white dudes love gay jokes. Black dudes love your mama jokes. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, bro. Like, what you mean? That's facts. I'm sorry. You could call it weird, but it is what it is. Yo, as a black dude early on, you gotta know some jokes, how to roast somebody about their moms. As a white dude, you gotta know how to know a gay joke. That's my story. I'm gonna stick to it.
Sodomizing him, that was the joke that you thought that was the play?
But here's the thing.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
We live in a world now where people don't give, too many people don't give a damn about what we're talking about right now. They'll go, Andrew Schultz is a comedian. He made some jokes. I thought it was funny. People like crass jokes. It's kind of like the dude making fun of the Puerto Rican people at the Trump rally.
Oh, yeah.
And making fun of Puerto Rico. People were up in arms. They tried to turn it into a whole thing to make Latinos not vote for Donald Trump. How did that work out? Who actually gave a damn?
It didn't.
And so that's the real button here. Is why we spent all this time trying, because Kendrick Lamar made a comment and we're going looking for Easter eggs. A, we're assuming he's talking about Andrew Schultz and those black dudes because the black dudes apologized. So, okay, let's go with that. And B, we're assuming that other people who listen to Andrew Schultz, Charlamagne, whoever else Andrew Schultz is sitting with, give a damn.
And they don't.
Every time I'm watching Hot 97, I feel like I'm watching the losers speak. Yo, you ever watch like the post game interview? Like everybody want to hear the winners say. Like you ever see when the losers walk into the press conference? You're like, what the fuck? What they got to say now? That's how I feel anytime I see this fucking show. It's like I'm watching the losers give their opinion. All right, somebody said when people are gonna learn you can't reprimand comedians. Andrew Schultz doesn't take shit serious.
I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, okay, he's joking about the same thing.
Comedians, we need to be more.
Okay, let's get back to the video. Is that it? Is that it?
That's what
This is an act of sweet love.
That's an act of love.
Oh, you're a pacifist.
I'm saying I could be romantic with him and there's nothing he could do about it, to the point like I think I'm so charming he would just fall into it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I think he would just be so charmed. He would be like, damn, like whap, let me suck it up.
This was MLK's dream, right?
Yes, for real.
White people and black people
listen,
come together.
So we need to figure this out. We need to figure, like the only thing he could do is after I was finished, like write some words that rhyme together about it.
Oh, that
you know
album
what I
would
mean?
be fire.
Like,
That would be a good album.
oh my God.
He can make some calls. Yeah, you
want to talk about another album called Damn.
Be humble.
Sit down. Reincarnated. Ask how penetrated. Listen, but in all seriousness, we love Kendrick Lamar, our woke king. And I think we're gonna do our best to abide by his. I don't know what his rules are about, like me having sex with him if we're in a room together.
I don't think you'd want that.
We don't know.
Well, I'm assuming.
We got to wait about 5 years for him to make another album.
That's right. There is a chance in 5 years he would make another album, and the song about this is gonna be sensational. It's gonna be absolutely sensational. Don't you think?
So he's gonna have some bars for you at the Super Bowl. Watch. He's gonna have some bars for you.
I mean, the irony that he's like, we need to protect women, and he's performing at the Super Bowl, which is literally the Super Bowl of beating the shit out of women, guys. This is the problem. Is like when you're on your way up, nobody looks at your hypocrisy because they want you to be on the throne so bad. Like naturally, human beings, we all have this. Like we look at the number.
Very true.
2 and we're like, I see myself.
This is what makes Andrew Schultz a top tier comedian is that, you have, they always say every joke is rooted in some type of truth. But one thing about Andrew Schultz, he has a really amazing way, and every great comedian has this too. Like, I mean, Dave Chappelle has it when it comes to race. Really, Chris Rock, I think he's the king of that. He has this really great understanding of racial dynamics and race relations. And he'll get up there and he'll clown different races, but like everything he's saying is not only rooted in truth, but it's a very unique way of just even analyzing society. And there's like a philosophy there. Andrew Schultz does this too, obviously not to their extent, and doesn't do. He's not a master with race, but he's just a master with anything he talks about. Like, see right here, he's talking about hypocrisy, and he's trying to wrap what he feels Kendrick is trying to do around this theory, and then he'll get the joke.
And you go out there, go get it. Once you're on the throne, all we see is hypocrisy. It's like Joe Biden with his son right now.
Yeah.
Right? It's anytime the person is in power, and clearly Kendrick is number one right now. Anytime he's out there, we're looking back at what he's done, and we're like, oh, you're this woke guy, but then you really do shit with people that are completely inconsistent with what you say you care about. Maybe you're just using this as an identity to feed your narcissism, and you can't just go out there and be a complete narcissist, so you're gonna masquerade as an altruist, someone who protects the community, but you only do it when it benefits you, when you put out an album. Like, where's all this love for black women when Kamala was running for president? Like, was he out there riding?
She's Indian, apparently.
Good ass point. Yeah. Good ass point.
She locked up too many of his dudes,
That's true. What I hope is he's just a person who fucked up. Like, this was a line, it was a throwaway line, you should have thrown it away.
Yeah, just say you weren't talking about me. That's the best thing you could do, Kendrick. Yo, I don't know who Schultz is. That guy's scary, stupid, hilarious, or whatever. Like, just say he's scary, and I don't know. I don't even know who he is. I never even heard of his comedy. I don't know anything about that guy. That was for someone else. That bar was for someone else. I think that's the smartest thing that he could do.
Yeah, he don't want
What
this.
you don't want to do is say my name.
Well, it's hard to
Say
rhyme.
my name 3 times, I would feel like Candyman.
That's facts.
What rhymes with Schultz though? Like that's so hard to put into a song.
Electric bolts.
Oh, sick.
Oh, that could be sick.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other things?
Indianapolis Colts.
Oh. John Smoltz. Here we are thinking there's some geniuses. They're just rhyming some words. Go back to talk about Drake and making shit up.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Fuck. Go back to talk about Drake, how he's a fucking deadbeat dad. While you do songs with Future.
That is a point though, Chad. Hip hop it's mad easy to be hypocritical in. Yo, you don't take care of your child. You're hiding a child. Yo, Future got like 10 kids.
Boys, the woke always get exposed.
Are you gonna make a commitment to not making any more racial jokes?
I'm gonna make a commitment right now that if Kendrick wants to squabble up, I'm tongue kissing him.
Why? You don't have to do that. What the hell?
What?
I was like, you're married.
Like
what the fuck?
Reincarnated. What voice should I make him singing? What song should I make? But listen, if we're in a jail cell,
you gonna pull your back out, having to duck that look.
Listen, if we're in a jail cell, low-key, if we're in a jail cell, right? and we're making sweet love, you know, because there's nothing he could do about it.
I like that you're making it consensual sweet love. Can I say that?
No, it's consensual sweet love because at a certain point in time you realize there's nothing he's a pillow.
Yeah.
Why are you in a jail cell for this?
No, but I could use him
dinner.
as a pillow. That's what I could do. I could be like, yo, put your thighs at the end of my bed. I'm gonna rest my head on it while I go sleep. And there's nothing he could do about it.
Oh my God.
His people could absolutely destroy me. I'm not a tough guy. But Kendrick, it could be I would use him as a whole body pillow. So I'd say lay there rigor mortis, but I'm gonna put like your legs in between my legs. Do you know how like pregnant women sleep?
Like a waifu. That's your wife.
He's my waifu.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. Anyway, no, I had a point that I was just about to make with this. No, a very serious point.
You made plenty of points right there.
It was a very serious point. You think I'm just talking about frivolous sex with Kendrick Lamar? Is that what you think that we do on this podcast is incredibly
It's not
serious?
frivolous sex. It's making sweet love.
It's making sweet love.
Yeah.
Buttercup.
Only white comedians can make this joke, bro.
That is true.
I don't even know if we can, bro.
This is a new law.
Yeah, you should have said that. White comedians don't joke about fucking me in the ass. Like I would have put that
I
in
didn't
the
say
song.
I'd fuck him in his ass.
Excuse me?
I said I'd make him hold his thighs together tight. Make a little pussy out of that.
He's gonna thigh him?
I'm not put my dick where he doo-doos, Mark. That's disgusting.
That's gay
Make
also.
a little thigh pussy for me.
Yeah. Oh.
Squeeze it tight. You know what I mean? I would do that. Put your legs up in the air, sea walk in the sky, and make a little thigh pussy for your boy. That's not gay.
By the way, I also understand why Andrew Schultz went this angle. Because here's the thing about hip hop. The perceived masculinity or the masculine just bravado effect of being in this culture, the easiest way to disarm somebody, if somebody says, yo, I'm gonna shoot you, if as a white guy, if you said, okay, and I'm gonna just kiss you, it makes everybody uncomfortable, and we've yet to see someone respond appropriately when someone is when someone approaches them, or not approaches, but says they're gonna do some gay shit to them. I mean, shit, I didn't even know what to respond when that Fruit Loop Saucy Santana said he was gonna fuck me. I was just like, what the fuck I say to this? Nigga, I've argued with thousands of people online. That's when the nigga say, yo, I'm gonna fuck you. I'm like, wait, what the fuck do I say to this one? So that is a good angle in that sense, because when have we seen rappers respond? Like right now, if say someone was getting that Lil Nas X, and Lil Nas X says, it's all good, you can shoot me, don't shoot me with your gun, just shoot me with your dick. Like, bro, you wouldn't even know what the fuck to say to a nigga like that. That's fact.
That's not gay. I need you like this. I need thigh pussy, but I need it to be like two.
Yeah, only a white dude could do this. I ain't gonna lie.
Do.
All right.
Yes. This is sit down. Be humble. Okay?
All right, next.
Come on. Come on. I'm just a good kid in a mad city. Guys, I'm just a good child in a mad city. It's fucking mad out here.
Oh, man.
Come on.
I think you put the other A in it. That was good.
Yes, because it's really mad. It's really mad. Do you know?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Kendrick, we love you, bro. But love you.
That's true. He loves you. That's love. This is all said with love. No malice.
Yo, no malice. We love you, man. We wish you best of luck with all your future endeavors. Best of luck on top. It's hard being on top, my boy. It's hard being on top.
On top of...
Don't you do it.
I was asking.
Don't you do it.
Easier than being on bottom.
But I will say, as far as that line goes, we're going to make fun of everybody. And that's just the reality of the matter. Is everyone gets these jokes. That's the ethos of the show. It's the ethos of the comedy.
I do like that about Andrew Schultz. I like the fact that when there is starting to be outrage and people saying, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? He doesn't do the apology game. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to offend. Let me explain. He basically leans more into his audience. He's a comedian. And for him, again, I'm giving you a little bit of context about his come up. His come up, like he used to be on these guy code shows and these other shows or whatever the case is. But bro, you know what really popped him off is him leaning into flagrancy, which means, yo, I'm just going to do comedy and not worry about who thinks I shouldn't joke about certain things. They joke about trans people, straight people, gay people. There's mad Indian jokes if you ever watch this shit. Akash be catching them. Of course, there's hella black jokes. You know, there's jokes about everybody. There's jokes about white people too. That's a fact. So again, I like the fact that he doesn't backpedal like a pussy. And again, we're in a different time where what does cancellation look like for Andrew Schultz? The people who are saying, oh, we got to cancel him, they've never bought a ticket to his comedy show. They're not there when he's filming his sold-out special in an arena. They're not there supporting this podcast. They're not on his Patreon. They're not there buying tickets to watch him, you know, guest star or, you know, do a cameo in a movie. So what the fuck do those people's opinion matter? And I mean, I've kind of tried to operate that way too. Anytime I see people mad at me on Twitter, they always ask the same question. Why do we keep giving this guy a platform? And then there's always like a chat nigga somewhere saying, y'all never gave him shit. Actually, he had to work twice as hard because y'all niggas hated him. So, hey, you're just helping his platform by even keep talking about him, but there is no one who gave him anything. Like, he worked for it. And I do like that about, you know, this, you know, I don't know what stage cancellation is in now. I seen Elon Musk. Did you see what Elon Musk said? Well, he basically said cancel culture is pretty much done, right? I'll just go to, I think Shade Room posted it. I think maybe I posted it too. I think he said cancel culture is canceled, right? Where is it at? Where is it at? Damn, they post a lot. I don't know. Anyway, they said it then, okay? All right. Let's see what he's saying, and then we'll get to another topic.
That we do. And the second you start, and he just might not be aware of it. I don't know if he's doing it to sell records or if he's doing it because he just thinks it rhymes or it looks good or he's taking advantage of like a viral moment, knowing that we'll react and knowing the internet will react. But the reality is the second that you make a group protected, everything else becomes racist. You're either racist to that group or you're racist to everybody else. And when you make fun of everybody, that is the one beautiful thing that allows us to kind of come together and laugh at ourselves and each other. I've been very fortunate to travel the world making fun of people of all different race, religions, cultures to their face, everywhere around the world.
Yeah, he did a show, I think it was in like maybe the Middle East or something like that. And he got paid, I would imagine, handsomely. And he was like cracking like race and religion jokes to like these people's faces, and they're from the Middle East. I usually think there's certain groups of people, I don't know if they got a sense of humor, but don't joke about them. And he did it. You know what I mean?
Everywhere. And they've had an incredible sense of humor about it. They're coming out specifically to see that happen. So it's not something that's ever going to change. And maybe it's something that he'll learn, and maybe it's something that he'll start to understand a little bit more. He might just not know really anything about comedy. I know that sounds crazy, but it just might not be his thing. And like, he might just have that knee-jerk reaction, and he's just like, yo, this is wrong. You can't.
Maybe it's the only clip that got sent his way.
Exactly.
And if you only get sent one clip, then you're like, oh, fuck this guy. But yeah, I just, that was disappointing. As a fan, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, because you never want, like, imagine the person in your friend group going, guys, can we not talk about Asian men for a little bit?
Yeah.
A little bit. Like, imagine one of your friends saying that.
He's not my friend anymore. He's not my friend anymore.
No, we are killing that motherfucker for the next 3 months. Remember that time where you were gay?
Yeah.
That's where you say, remember you acted like a gay guy that time? And for 3 months, you're just getting destroyed.
Out of the group chat.
Yeah. Immediately. So you don't want to be Kung Fu Karen. Right? And that is what ends up happening when you have this type of rhetoric. Now, being on top is different. Being on top is much harder. It's way harder to lead. It's easy to conquer. It's hard to lead. So we hope you do the best with your reign. And if it's deserved, then it will be long. And if it's not deserved, then it will be short. And you're the one that...
Yo, and by the way, I guess this is what I was trying to show. This is him in Abu Dhabi. I think this is...
So much change since I even came back. You got gay people now? I don't know if they were gay. They might have been Lebanese. I think that...
Look, bro, everybody's catching them. Look at this fucking room. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yo, why do Lebanese sound so... I can't even hold this like this because a Lebanese guy might sit on it, bro. I gotta be... Lebanese people are always like, Beirut is the Paris of the Middle East. We're like, we know. Now, how many people came here to Abu Dhabi from other countries just for the comedy festival? How many people are telling? Ladies, I gotta give you some advice. If you go into a coffee shop, turn your airdrop off, okay? Your phone will get a drone strike of Snapchat QR codes. If you walk into Home Bakery, or as you call it, Home Bakery, you speak English. Why are you fucking up the words? It's Home Bakery, not Home Bakery, Home Bakery. I went in there, a man walks into Home Bakery. I get
Look at the people watching.
Airdrop Snapchat QR code. Fucking Lebanese guy. Can you? Unbelievable, right? Get fucked. Just
see?
So horny, those guys. They just
exactly.
It decides that.
That was very mature.
Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Drake, though. You know what I mean? Shout out Drake. Now, I almost feel like I should just say a bunch of things about Kendrick that aren't true to get it out the way now in case he tries to say shit about me.
Oh.
Like, you gotta get there first. Strike first. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
He's probably Al-Qaeda.
That's not true. He's not Al-Qaeda.
I think he did 9/11. Listen, because he called Drake a pedophile. You know what I mean? So it's like, I gotta call him shit.
Yeah.
Ahead of time.
Anything is better than suing.
That's a good.
So call him anything you want.
He's a
it's better than suing. Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, he cracked jokes at Drake too. He cracked some jokes at Drake too. Okay. I guess we're 2.5 hours in.